What is going on, people? And a happy new year to everyone. If you couldn't tell by the title, the reason I'm here is for a review. You can call it like a throwback review. It's for an older movie. Usually I'm throwing some indie titles at you, but this one I picked up in my Full Moon Features unboxing. If you haven't checked that out, go ahead right after this video, check that out. And some people were asking me to do a review of it. I don't want to say it's going to be hard, but it's one of those over-the-top craziness kind of movies. If you know what, Full Moon puts out, they put a whole, like the Ghoulies, if you've seen that kind of deal. And this movie kind of has that craziness aspect of it. Anyway, if you couldn't tell by the title, the movie I will be reviewing is Head of the Family. But before I get into that, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button if you enjoyed this review, and of course hit that little bell button so you know when I upload more of my reviews and stuff like that. Anyway, Head of the Family was written and directed by Charles Band. It was also written by Neal Marshall Stevens. It stars Blake Adams, Jacqueline Lovell, Bob Schott, and J.W. Perra, who plays pretty much the main character of the whole thing. This guy Myron Stackpool, I believe yes, Stackpool is the last name. Anyway, what the whole movie is about is you get this Stackpool family, very odd people. It's a quadruplets, and they all kind of have their own abnormality, and they're just odd people in general. You got this Myron, who pretty much is all brain and head and no body. He's a very small individual. His head is gigantic and he's very tiny, but he kind of runs the whole family. He's the brains of the operation. He can actually like see through their eyes kind of deal. He has this manipulation or telepathic, whatever it is. He's able to see through the eyes of his siblings. You also get Otis, who's pretty much the bulk, the muscle of the whole group. You got Wheeler, who's, not, I guess he's more of the eyes for Myron. Myron uses him more often. And then you got the girl of the family, who's very quiet, a beautiful young lady named Ernestina, who pretty much is just the eye candy for this family. Anyway, that being aside, that's pretty much the whole plot. They're a main part of the movie. Then you get this like love triangle, I guess you want to call it. The guy Lance, who's in love with this girl Loretta, who's happened to be married to this pretty much drug dealer who tries to kind of run this town, kind of blackmails people to pay him to kind of leave him alone kind of deal. So Lance wants this guy out of their lives. He wants to, sweep Loretta off her feet and be the knight in shining armor kind of deal. Well, one night he finds out that this Stackpool family are kind of kidnapping people, and you don't find this out till later, but they're using them for all these experiments. The guy Myron, again, is this big brain, so he's using, what his master plan is to pretty much take his brain and put it into a normal human body while he's, kidnapping and killing people as they're doing this. Well, this guy Lance uses that. He sees it and kind of gets all this evidence and is going to use it to his advantage. So at one point in time, he goes to the Stackpool family with all this evidence and says, hey, listen, pretty much blackmails him and says, I want this guy taking out of this girl's life so I can have her kind of deal, and I won't tell the cops what you're doing if you kind of take care of this, my little problem, I guess you want to call it. So they do his bidding, they take this guy out, and now it's Lance and Loretta. You think it's all going to be good, because now, of course, Lance kind of has everything washed away from him. His hands are clean, but then he starts getting greedy and wants money from the Stackpool family. So Myron, being the genius he is, he's trying to find out all this stuff, sending his siblings out to find information about what Lance is talking about. He sent all this information to his lawyers and all this, so he has a fail-safe kind of deal. Throughout the rest of the movie, it's Myron trying to get all this information by torturing not only Lance, but Loretta, and throughout the movie, it's just hijinks and stuff like that. I must say that first time watching it, again, it came out in 1996, I knew about it. I saw trailers for it, but I must say I was not disappointed. It is a fun, entertaining movie. In this, you get a lot of nudity, which is, when you get some pretty woman and you see completely full nudity, that doesn't hurt. I'm not gonna lie. It's being a man, it doesn't hurt. But to tell you the truth, it's fun, it's entertaining. The plot line is all over the place, but it's a fun all over the place. Again, if you know Full Moon, you know their movies, you know their kind of stuff, whether it be like Evil Bong, and like those are the newest ones. But like I said, you get the Ghoulies and stuff, so you know what you're getting with Full Moon Features. They don't take themselves too seriously. They're fun and entertaining, and this one, meets that to a T, because again, when your main character is a little man with a small little body stuck in a big wheelchair, and just the way he talks, and it's just a fun, entertaining movie. If you haven't seen it, I'd say definitely go ahead and check it out. I would have, if I did this in a day earlier, if I had time. Full Moon was still having their sale. Ended yesterday, unfortunately, but you can definitely go ahead and pick it up for relatively cheap. Head of the Family, again, is a fun one. What I'll do is I'll leave, like all my other reviews, I'll leave the link to the trailer as well as where you can purchase it, either from Full Moon, but I'm also sure it's on Amazon, stuff like that. So I'll leave the links to that as well as all the links to all my other social media. I have a Facebook fan page, I got a Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, which I hardly ever use, Horrormino and stuff like that, which I'll leave the links to, as well as I'm part of the Dorkening, which we should be up and running again on next Tuesday. We do horror movie interviews with indie actors, actresses, directors, and stuff like that. If you haven't checked us out, check us out. But like I said, I'll leave all the links to that in the description. And again, definitely go ahead, check out Head of the Family, a fun, entertaining, B-rated horror movie. A lot of practical effects, which I think intrigued me more, and I liked it a little bit more than your CGI kind of stuff nowadays. But Head of the Family is definitely one to check out. Again, check out everything in the description. Stick around for this year. I got a whole bunch of stuff planned, and I guess until next time, I'll see you guys.